I am the programmer for the Midnight Society, as well as the other repertory stuff that we do here. And I want to thank you guys so much for coming out. We had some pretty stiff competition with the TIFF Midnight Madness. But thank you guys so much for coming out to this. I'm really excited. I think it's safe to say most of the people in here have seen the film. Is that right? No. Yeah? All right. Is there anyone here who hasn't seen the film? Yep. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, this is really good. Good. Well, now, for those of you who've seen the film before, this might seem like a bit old hat, but I like putting films in their historical context. So it's important that you guys know everything there is to know about the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So now, let me paint a picture for you. The year is 2003. Photography on Bad Boys 2. And nobody could possibly predict that this man would go on to direct one of the most creepy, terrifying horror films. What? Oh. Oh, whoops. Wow, this is embarrassing. It turns out I was referring to the 2003 remake and not the original film. Thank you very much, stranger. All right, I'm not going to make that mistake again, though. All right, let's paint another picture. 3D is a very daunting technology. It's a very daunting technology for some of the smartest, toughest filmmakers, but that didn't stop John Lusenhoff from directing 2013's most terrifying film of all time, the Texas... What? Really? Oh gosh, wow. I'm really embarrassed. Gosh, it turns out that I was referring to another remake. Now, never two without three, folks, but I think we're going to get this right this time. Now, for a film that has never come out, Leatherface, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, has had such an incredible influence on some of our greatest horror filmmakers. I mean, Wes Craven, for example, said that this film really inspired him with his work, and he's dead, so I don't know how not... What? That's another... How many fucking remakes is this film? The answer is 6, by the way. I kid, of course. Of course we're talking about the 1974 film directed by Tobe Hooper. For me, Tobe Hooper is a filmmaker who deserves to be mentioned in the same breath as John Carpenter or Wes Craven or George A. Romero. But he's sort of like a household name in the sense that, you know, you've seen a lot of the films that he's made. You know, he's done Salem's Lot, he's done The Toolbox Murders, Life Force, a bit of Poltergeist, and of course, the Chainsaw Massacre. But this is really, it was a really revolutionary film. I mean, as much as Night of the Living Dead kicked off the modern era of horror, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre really redefined what it meant to be a horror film. As far as I'm concerned, this is a film that deserves to be mentioned in the same breath as Psycho. In fact, I feel like this film goes in a direction that Alfred Hitchcock was too afraid to go in back in 1960 with Psycho. And not only that, but I almost feel like you have to be a filmmaker to really appreciate this film. There are so many, like, again, this was shot on 60mm way before digital technology, and even the film stock that was used to film this movie on it really required a lot of light for the image to register on the film stock. And it's really amazing because, again, the film stock back then was pretty primitive compared to what we have today. And so it's a miracle that this film was even done at all. And there's also the very famous, and I mean, there's no nice way to put it, so let's just call a spade here. Like, there's the famous ass shot where, like, the girl gets up and, like, the camera kind of dollies and follows her, like, under the swing. And what some of you might not know is that for dolly shots, you have to lay down tracks. And for this shot, they were literally laying down tracks as the camera was moving, which is absolutely astonishing. I mean, when I first saw this film, I was absolutely mesmerized. And then when I finished and I was wiping myself clean, I realized, damn, this is actually a really good shot. But I think, if nothing else, I really do feel that the Texas Chainsaw Massacre's enduring legacy is that it did for meat what Jaws basically did for going to the beach. Now, speaking of meat and food, this might sound a little off topic, but I did want to talk about something. Now, you know, we here at the Midnight Society, we like to think that we have a finger on the pulse of what moviegoers want to see. And if tonight's 2 sold-out screenings are any indication, I think we're on to something pretty big here. But if there's one big trend going on right now in film theaters rather, and that is the VIP treatment with food served to you in your seats. Now, since our auditoriums here at the Carlton are practically VIP sized anyway, we figured, look, we're already halfway there. Why don't we serve food to everybody? Now, I'm gonna be the guinea pig. I think you're ahead of me on this. You probably know where this is going. All right, so I'm going to be the guinea pig here. We have a brand new chef that we hired here at the Carlton. His name is Gunther Sawyer. And Gunther, if you're back there, why don't you come on down? Give a round of applause for Gunther.
So, I want to say tasty, but I could get fired. The hell you looking at?
Calm down, Gunther. Now, Gunther,
You didn't tell me I was serving city folk. Oh, Jesus.
well, you know, my good friend here, Gunther, now I picked this guy up on the edge of the 407 on my way into work.
Hold on, can I stop? How dumb is he? I mean, I can't. You pick up hitchhikers, it's 2017. I can't even get a hitchhiker in Beverly Hills, and this guy comes up to me and says, hey, you want to work for $3 an hour? And I'm like, sure, and he picks me up. I could kill him, for God's sake.
Well, you haven't.
You stupid son of a gun.
Well, you haven't, and that means you must be a really, judging by your outfit here, you're a pretty reputable person. Now,
You got a real pretty face there. I do need a new patch for my couch, and it's looking just right. Okay, you know, I'm gonna stop now, because this guy's watching me like a hawk, so...
Yeah, maybe we don't want to scare the
Well,
audience
I'll
here.
tell you what, anyone who wants to talk to me about other things, I'll be in the back alley there with the... And pay no attention to the rusty equipment in the back. I use that for hunting, let's just say.
Fair enough, sir. Now, I had a chance to peruse the menu, and I gotta tell you, you've really outdone yourself. I mean, there's everything on this menu. We've got Confederate cutlets.
I know, those are my favorite to make, because I actually, when I'm at home and I make them for the family, I take the chickens and I do them there. I feather them and all that. And the best part of that is the minute they die, you can smell the rabies leave their body. I mean, it's spectacular.
Okay. All right. And then another thing that really intrigued me on the menu, so you had Confederate cutlets. You also had something called N-word nuggets.
Oh, absolutely.
Now, do you actually use real N-words?
Oh, absolutely. We go out to the farthest parts of the world, and we pick and choose our favorites, and we put them on a boat and bring them back to our land, where we put them out in the field, and they sit there until they're just right.
Now, what kind of N-words are we talking about
All
here?
the best kinds of N-words. Nintendo, nickels, nutmeg. I forget the other ones, but they're in there. Don't get me wrong, they're in there.
Fair enough. Now, but I gotta tell you, I'm a sucker for specials, and there was something on that menu that really intrigued me. Can I order the Leatherface's head cheese surprise?
That's one of my favorites.
Ow! All right.
Go right,
Why don't
make
you go
it.
make that up? All right. Well, while he's cooking up something delicious here, let me tell you a couple things about what we've got coming up next month here at the Carlton. Now, on September the 23rd, the Midnight Society is going to be back. We're screening Jacob's Ladder, and thank you. And I don't want to. I hesitate in saying this, but we have a very, very, very special guest that's coming out to Jacob's Ladder. And considering that TIFF is around the corner, I don't think it takes a rocket science to figure out who's going to be here for Jacob's Ladder. So you're really going to want to come out for that. And then in October, we've got quite a lineup planned for you guys. We're going to be doing 1-week runs of Ghostbusters. The real Ghostbusters, not that abortion. And of course, I'm talking about Ghostbusters 2. Y'all thought I was going to talk about that other film, huh? So we're going to do a 1-week run of Ghostbusters. We're doing a 1-week run of The Craft. We're doing We're doing a 1-week run of Beetlejuice. We're doing a 1-week run of The Shining. And we're doing a 1-week run of the original Saw to coincide with Jigsaw. And on Sundays, every Sunday at 4 p.m. in October, we're going to be doing a spotlight on Asian genre cinema. So we're going to be screening Big Man Japan. We're screening Ricky-O, The Story of Ricky. We're screening Suicide Club. We're screening Takashi Miike's Audition. And then we're screening A Tale of Two Sisters. And these are all going to be taking place Sundays at 4 p.m. Tickets are $6, and they come with a free small popcorn and a drink. So really, even if you don't like the film, at least you got a free snacks out of that. But the big thing is that your friends here at the Midnight Society have not 1, not 2, but 3 double features planned for October. Our first one's going to be on Friday, October the 13th, and it's going to be called Camp Bay of Blood. And this is going to be a double bill of Mario Bava's A Bay of Blood, which is the original Friday the 13th, and the other half will be Joseph Zito's Friday the 13th, the final chapter. And Friday the 13th, the final chapter, will be presented for the very first time in Carlton 4D. Now, what is Carlton 4D? I hear none of you asking. Basically, it's going to be an immersive experience with an in-person Jason, the best special effects that Dollarama can buy, and a Crispin Glover dance-off, among other surprises. The second double bill will be on Saturday, October the 21st. It's called Illusions of Lovecraft 2. And it's going to be a double bill of Stuart Gordon's Reanimator and From Beyond. And thank you. And then the last double bill will be on Monday, October the 30th. It's going to be called The Islands of Dr. Moreau. And it's going to be a double bill of the original 1932 Island of Lost Souls, starring Charles Laughton and Bela Lugosi. And then the other half will be the not-so-classic 1996 film with Marlon Brando and Val Kilmer, The Island of Dr. Moreau. So that's pretty much now. I think I've spoken enough. Gunther, do you have that ready for me yet? Come on, Gunther. Gunther.
Oh, sorry. I didn't have a head, so I had to use something a bit more specific.
Ooh, well, that smells really good. I can smell that from here.
Yeah, that's the smell
yes.
that's the smell of the toxins leaving the pores.
Yes.
I apologize. The kitchen was a mess right now.
Oh my gosh, this looks great. Ooh, gosh. Mmm. Oh boy. Oh gosh, I can't wait to dig into this. Oof, let me try to find a good meaty piece. Oh, yes. Ooh, this looks really good.
You put that back. That's the garnish.
Is it?
Put it back!
Okay, okay.
Put it fuck! There we go.
All right, okay, I'm gonna take a
Calm
piece
down,
of this.
calm down.
This looks very chunky. Mmm.
Yeah, that's
Oh, yes, let's go.
Oh God, I thought I didn't use that organ. Oh man.
Oh God. Fuck. Oh man, that's disgusting.
You don't like it?
Dude, I ordered Leatherface's head cheese surprise and you're serving me pork? You know I'm a vegan. Why don't you take this back and serve me the human flesh that I asked for?
Tell you what, if you won't eat it, I will.
Alright, why don't you just take this?
I'll say this. It would taste supreme on a tortilla, I'll give it that.
Alright, well just take that and go. I'm starting to think you're not a reputable chef.
Oh, what made you think that?
Alright guys, I think we've stalled enough.
Move!
Once again, thank you guys so much for coming out. Enjoy the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and hopefully we'll see you guys in a week for Jacob's Ladder.